If you don't like behind the scenes, then this video is not for you. I just want to make a quick update. I've been monkeying around with lighting and camera codecs and a lot of different technical things, and I'm settling on this as the main shot, and I want to talk through just a couple of random considerations. So this channel does not work unless there's overhead shots of books. So there is a little C-stand up here that has been previously holding this camera, but recently you can see this little quick release up here in this jobby. Now a little quick release, so I can pop this up there, and then I have the overhead shot set and ready to go. There's a couple different pieces of software that you can use. I'm currently using something called Camo Studio. It is paid. It lets you control everything. So I can do a telephoto shot, and I can get some super close details of the book if I want, and I can do the wide shot, or I can do the selfie shot. I got a lot of options. I got a lot of options. Sorry, as I'm watching this back, I'm realizing one thing is not making sense. I'm pumping the footage from my iPhone into the computer, and I'm pumping the footage from this Canon SL2 into the computer, and I'm pumping this Sony a7 IV footage into the computer. But since it's three different companies, I have to use three different kinds of software to get them all into OBS, which I'm using to integrate them and sync them together with the audio. And what that means is that I have three different pieces of software that all have different ways of processing the image that are all conflicting with each other. This one can do the highest resolution. This one is limited to USB 2.0 speeds and is a pain in the butt, but it's really good for some of the sticky, I'm calling this the sticky cam, but I can't show it to you right now because it's very persnickety and it doesn't like to behave. To make it work, I have to turn off the webcam software and then turn on the remote shooting software and then turn on the remote viewing thing and then close the remote viewing software and then open up the EOS webcam software again. But I can't do that if Final Cut Pro is open, because if I do it when Final Cut Pro is open, then it's going to tell the computer that this is an external hard drive, and it should be pumping the footage off of it, which will ruin the workflow. So getting that one active all the time is a bunch of buttons to be pressed. Where was I? Back to the regular video. That's not a regular video. The main problem is this is my first ever camera. It's a Canon SL2. It's like definitely a beginner's camera. It's got a decent lens on it. Can you focus, please? It's got a decent lens on it. It's a nice wide angle lens. But this camera that I'm shooting on, this is as wide as it goes. It just goes super in, and I can't so I have to put it really far away from me. And if I want to use this, that would be great, except it's so old that it doesn't have good resolution. It doesn't have good enough resolution to do the top-down shot. So I either have to use the nice camera on the top-down shot and shoot myself with an iPhone, or shoot myself with this, which is the other problem. Let me show you one of the other problems. I'm not sure whether this is going to come through for you, but this is the iPhone, and it is so over sharpened and over saturated. I've been trying to fix it with filters, but it cannot be fixed with filters. Compare this to this. Like, this is what skin looks like. This is what I look like. But then when I pop this on, it's like sharpened. I can't under sharpen it. The software Camo is really useful, but it's not giving me the option to lower the sharpness, because I think that's baked into the iPhone, which is a limitation. So I have the best camera with the worst lens, I have the worst camera with the best lens, and then I have the iPhone, which has one other problem that I didn't mention, which is if I try to use this better camera, then I need to use a whole lot more light to expose for it, but then the iPhone gets overexposed, and I can't. It's just like everything almost works, but always one thing is not working right. And since this video is just an incoherent list of me talking about random tech things, I have been watching a lot of Bo Burnham. And in watching Bo Burnham, I've been looking at some of how he does lighting, which is part of how I'm able to do stuff like this. And I'm able to do, here we go, something like this. This is a little oranger than I want, but we can fix that. But like it's dark on light on this side, dark on this side of the face, is whatever. Anyway, okay. The last thing that I will show you just for funsies is that light looks really fancy. It's a pillowcase on top of a cheap ring light from Best Buy. Is how we're doing it. I guess I can show you that like this. If we change the lighting, it's a pillowcase on a ring light. Anyway, you get it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, whoop. Yeah. Also, if I don't have this in the shot, then the audio. I'm just complaining too much. Okay. Sorry. That's gonna make really loud sounds. Sorry. I'm just complaining a lot. This lighting is cool. I like from the side, but then when I do it this way, I got a bunch of shadow. I'm messing with this one instead, which I think is better. The end of this incoherent tech behind the scenes rant. Yep.